Do you have a loved one who is struggling with depression or anxiety and you're just not sure how to help them? Today, I want to give you 5 tips on how you can help your loved one so that you can make a lasting impact on their healing and help them live out their best life. I know from living with mental illness almost my entire adult life, I know how powerful special friends are for my own healing and well being. The first thing we need to establish, though, is how do we help our people feel safe? I want you to be a safe person for your loved one. And what is a safe person? A safe person is just as it is described. A safe person is somebody who is there. A safe person is a stable presence in the life of your loved one, somebody that they know they can always call, they can always depend on, no matter what. They know that you're going to be on their team, on their side, cheering them on, praying for you, praying for them, supporting them. That safe person will be a key element to your person's health and healing. I know that you might have experienced moments where you feel your person withdrawing from you, and that might be because you have um, unintentionally done some things that makes your person feel unsafe. So before we get into our 5 tips, I want to talk really quickly about 3 things that might make your person feel unsafe. The first thing that might make your person feel unsafe is if they feel like you're diminishing or dismissing their symptoms or their struggles. And that might be just because you don't understand, because you've never experienced a long bout of depression or anxiety before. So, I'm really glad you're here. Even though you don't understand and you make an effort, that's going to be so powerful for your person because they're going to know that you're going to make an effort. The second thing that may make your person feel unsafe is that you presume to know what's best for them, also known as unsolicited advice. In our family, we have a term called shoulding. And shoulding is simply an act of constantly telling somebody, you should do this or you should do that. That's what shoulding is. For a person who is struggling, if you are continually offering advice that they don't ask for, it can make them feel very small and like they don't have a voice. It can make them feel stupid also because they feel like you don't know that they haven't already tried all those things that you were just talking about. The third thing that may make your person feel unsafe is when you make suffering a competition. So we all know what it's like when somebody tells you, well, remember all those dying children in Africa, and that's supposed to make you feel better. Well, I am here to say that when your person opens up to you, the truth is they probably are not telling you the whole story. And the truth is that you just don't know how hard it is and how things affect different people in different ways. So, suffering is not a competition. And if you do make it a competition, that makes you an unsafe person. So, now that we've talked about the things that may make your person feel unsafe, let's talk about 5 ways that will make you a safe person. The first one is simply to be present, to show up, to be intentional with the time that you spend with them. Take them for a walk, take them out to coffee, go for a little retail therapy. It's really important that you make an effort and you show your person that you are being intentional about the time that you want to spend with them, and to be present, show up with no judgment or expectations. Because it might be that they just want to hang out and they don't want to talk about all their things. They just want to hang out and be with somebody. So just be present. Number two is listen. All of us know what it's like when we're married and we walk into the kitchen and we start yapping at our spouse, and you know that they can hear you, but are they actually listening? So, for your person, actively listening, being intentional in the way that you listen is so powerful, because oftentimes people who are struggling with darkness and mental illness and even recovering from abuse, they often feel like they have no voice. And the fact that you are taking the time to listen to them makes them feel like they have been heard. The third thing is, when it is your turn to talk, turn your advice into encouragement. Phrases like, you got this, you're strong, you're not alone, I'm here for you always. Those things are a great way to start. And to take it even further, you can turn your you shoulds into when I. For instance, instead of saying you should find a counselor, you can say, when I was struggling, I found a counselor and it was very helpful for me. And then that gives you an opportunity to share part of your story. And the fact that you are willing to share your story, to be vulnerable with your person, goes a long way to making you a safe person. Knowing that you have intentionally found a way that you can identify with them is really powerful, and you're on your way. The fourth thing, always show up. Always. The more that you are constantly changing plans on them, or you're canceling your plans, or you're not answering your texts within a reasonable amount of time, the less safe you become. You always want to show them how much you love them by showing up. And that stable presence in their life will show them that you're a safe person and that they can depend on you, which is so important. And finally, the fifth thing is prayer. If you know that you're going to have an important meeting time spent with your person, don't forget to pray before, during, and after your meeting with them. Ask the Holy Spirit to know what to say or what not to say, and when to say it. And then maybe toward the end, you can ask your person, can I pray for you? And if they say yes, then you specifically ask, how can I pray for you? And then you do it, like right then and there. I can't tell you how many times in the darkest moments of my life, when I hadn't I don't have the energy or the ability to pray for myself and have my friends lay their hands on me and pray over me is so powerful. And I know that you want to do that for your person, and you can be an instrument of healing for your person by praying for them, praying with them. In 2007, I had broken off a difficult on again, off again relationship. I had a cystic ovary removed, which sent me into the ICU. And it also had watched my grandma die of pancreatic cancer, which was devastating. So that winter, my I had started having panic attacks, and my symptoms had just gotten unmanageable. And even in my darkness, deepest despair of nights on the bathroom floor crying, God showed me in His grace that I needed to start moving my body and for the purpose of my mental health. And I am not an athlete, okay? And I don't know where to start. So I called up my Uncle Kerry because he is an athlete, but more importantly, I knew that he was a safe person. And I want you to pay attention to this story to learn the power of being a safe person. So I called him up and I said, Uncle Kerry, where do I start? And he said, Lorene, you should run a half marathon. And I said, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I don't run. I have short, stumpy, tiny legs that don't get me very far. But he said, Lorene, I know you can do it. I'll be right there. I can help you. I'll train with you. And so that's what we did. 6 months later, I found myself getting ready to run a half marathon. And I want to tell you at this moment, my athletic running uncle at the start gun, he could have just went on his merry way, but he didn't. This is what a safe person does. He stuck by me with my tiny little stumpy legs trotting along. It was so powerful, and he was right there cheering me on. He was right by my side. It took us 4 hours, I think, to run 13 point whatever miles. And it was really powerful because I knew that whenever I looked in his direction when I was struggling, I looked in his direction and he was right there smiling at me. That's what a safe person does. A safe person, you just got to stick with them when it's hard. You just got to keep trotting along with them. And you have to make sure that whenever they look in your direction that you're right there. And I know that when you practice being a safe person, you will be an instrument of healing for your person. And I know right now that the Lord has a person on your heart. He's placed a person on your heart right now. And so I want you to take a moment to say a little prayer for that person right now. And once you're done with your prayer, once you're done watching this video, I want you to send them a text or give them a call and say, hey, I've been praying for you. I've been thinking about you. When can we get together? Be intentional. That intentional movement of becoming a safe person will be instrumental in healing your loved one and getting them into a better place spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. I know you can do it, and I know that God is going to do great things in you as you become a safe person. I can't wait to hear what God's going to do. Blessings.